Independence is my happiness, and I view things as they are, without regard to place or person. My country is the world, and my religion is to do good. A long habit of not thinking a thing wrong, gives it a superficial appearance of being right, and raises at first a formidable outcry in defense of custom. But the tumult soon subsides. Time makes more converts than reason. The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. What we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives everything its value. I love the man that can smile in trouble, that can gather strength from distress and grow. It is from the Bible that man has learned cruelty, rapine, and murder, for the belief of a cruel God makes a cruel man. Tyranny, like hell, is not easily conquered, yet we have this consolation with us, that the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. It is necessary to the happiness of man that he be mentally faithful to himself. Infidelity does not consist in believing, or in disbelieving, it consists in professing to believe what he does not believe. Persecution is not an original feature in any religion, but it is always the strongly marked feature of all religions established by Allah. If I do not believe as you believe, it proves that you do not believe as I believe, and that is all that it proves. Let them call me a rebel and welcome. I feel no concern from it. But should I suffer the misery of devils, were I to make a whore of my soul? The Christian religion is a parody on the worship of the sun, in which they put a man called Christ in the place of the sun, and pay him the adoration originally paid to the sun. He that would make his own liberty secure must guard even his enemy from oppression, for if he violates this duty he establishes a precedent that will reach to himself. Small islands, not capable of protecting themselves, are the proper objects for kingdoms to take under their care, but there is something absurd in supposing a continent to be perpetually governed by an island. All the tales of miracles, with which the Old and New Testament are filled, are fit only for impostors to preach and fools to believe. That there are men in all countries who get their living by war, and by keeping up the quarrels of nations is as shocking as it is true. Government, like dress, is the badge of lost innocence. The palaces of kings are built on the ruins of the bowers of paradise. I do not believe in the creed professed by the Jewish Church, by the Roman Church, by the Greek Church, by the Turkish Church, by the Protestant Church, nor by any church that I know of. My own mind is my own church. In the early ages of the world, according to the scripture chronology, there were no kings, the consequence of which was there were no wars. It is the pride of kings which throws mankind into confusion. Arms discourage and keep the invader and plunderer in awe, and preserve order in the world as well as property. Horrid mischief would ensue were the law-abiding deprived of the use of them. It is not in numbers, but in unity, that our great strength lies, yet our present numbers are sufficient to repel the force of all the world. To believe that God created a plurality of worlds, at least as numerous as what we call stars, renders the Christian faith at once little and ridiculous, and scatters it in the mind like feathers in the air.